Next up, please welcome Benato with part 2 of their epic poem. Round of applause, please.
Thank you. Continuing with my poem Perseus and Medusa, we've gone all the way up through chapter 11 out of 15, so now we're going to be at chapter 12. Chapter 12 is called Perseus Marries Andromeda. When we last left our hero, Perseus defeated a dragon in the city Joppa, whose princess Andromeda was nearly sacrificed to the monster to stay the ire of their sea goddess. Perseus killed the beast and rescued the princess, who promised to marry him. We pick up the story as the lovers embrace on the now peaceful shore. Who then could be so joyful as the maiden and the man, observed with all amazement by the citizens on land? For all the town of Joppa watched the hero's mighty deed. They saw the beast's destruction and beheld their princess freed. A herald told the king and queen the happenings of late, who waited, sick with grief, for tidings of a different fate. Then, rushing to the shore to see the wonder on the sea, the king and queen proclaimed the news, which filled the land with glee. With songs and dances, drums and harps, the pair received their daughter, as one restored to being from her doom upon the water. Then Cepheus said, "Hero of the Greeks and happy groom, stay here and be our prince. Within our house prepare thy room." "I'll be thy son-in-law," said Perseus, "but nothing more, for I am filled with longing for my native Grecian shore. My mother too awaits the full completion of my quest. I only seek thy daughter's hand, I bid thee keep the rest." The king replied, "Do not so soon depart with her from here, but let us celebrate her rescue, stay with us a year. And after that thou shalt return with honor back to Greece." And Perseus consented, and the king and queen had peace. The hero then contrived a little shrine of stone and wood, and bade a Cushite glorify Athena while he stood. "Now I," he said, "shall see that done which I am not to do, for I am not to thank her till my voyages are through." And some said, "What a pious man!" but not the temple priest, for he believed their gods were wroth to lose their mighty beast. But he was slow to speak aloud, for he was filled with dread that Perseus might petrify him with the Gorgon's head. They went up to the palace then, and on their entering, they saw within it Phineus, the brother of the king. He stood inflamed with vengeance, like a bear who lost her cubs. His sons and servants joined him, armed with sabers, spears, and clubs. He told the king, "Thy daughter must not wed this foreign man, who came here unannounced, and no one knows his name or clan. Besides, was not Andromeda engaged to wed my son? Her life is now secure, her prior promise must be done." But Perseus began to laugh, and answered, "Is that so? Well, if he loves her, why then did he leave her to her foe? He seems more like a coward unto whom this maiden died. I bid him rescue someone else if still he wants a bride. Ungrateful man, did I not save this land and thee as well? And shalt thou thus requite me for preserving thee from hell? Begone from me, or thou shalt wish thy loss was but this lass." Then all the men-at-arms drew out their weaponry of brass. They darted forth like vicious beasts to strike the hero dead, but he unfurled his cape and showed them all Medusa's head. He said, "This visage saved my bride from one wild beast before, and may it now deliver her again from many more." Then Phineus and all his men were stiffened while he spoke, and Perseus concealed the face again behind his cloak. He bade the people bring in carts to roll the statues out, who showed them in their royal halls, lest any man should doubt. The king and queen bemoaned the sudden downfall of their kin, but knew it was the merited result of such a sin. The time for mourning ended, and they started preparations to bless the bliss-expecting couple's wedding celebrations. 3 months went by until the happy feast day came along, and on that day the merry-hearted hero sang this song. "The journey isn't over when the wedding bells are rung, for many deeds are yet to do and songs yet to be sung. If weariness of body strikes, take rest and rise again, and daily strive to win esteem from heaven and from men. The glory of the adult life is in our daily toil, in earning for our families, in tilling at the soil, in caring for our elderly and tending to our young. The journey isn't over when the wedding bells are rung. The voyages of life are to the temples and the shops, to learn from trusty clergymen, to bargain for our crops, to see our children rise until they too become far-flung. The journey isn't over when the wedding bells are rung. A lifelong labor follows us till lines are on our brow, and younger folk inquire concerning what to do and how. We share the wisdom of the sages we've been ranked among. The journey isn't over when the wedding bells are rung. No, the journey isn't over when the wedding bells are rung. The song is called The Journey Isn't Over. That night the hero had a vision of Athena's form. She stood before him, called his name, and said, "As thou hast sworn, Medusa has been smitten, as I bade 6 years ago, and thou hast slain this beast, and saved thy woman from her woe. Behold thy prize beside thee, and remember that the gods are helpers unto them that do their will against the odds. Thy magic hat I now must take to place it back in hell, but keep my goatskin mantle and the Gorgon's head as well. For thou shalt still have need of them within thy native Greece. To Seriphos convey them, and bestow them on my priests. Then I shall wear that visage on my shield forevermore, a terror to the Titans and the beasts of ancient lore. And as for Joppa, I shall tame the ocean and the fire. Its hills shall quake no further, nor its plains be full of mire. But have the people build up shrines to Father Zeus and me, and worship the immortal gods, and fear no more the sea." The hero rose to give his hat to her, and then awakened. His dream was gone, and yet his magic hat was truly taken. But still he had the gruesome head enfolded in its leather. The hat of darkness, though, he knew, was gone from him forever. That morning Perseus informed the people of his vision, who built a shrine to Zeus according to the Greek tradition. He bade them fear the sea no more, but ply their trades in peace. And for a year they did so, till he left their land for Greece. And then, forgetting what they learned, they left the temple be, and worshipped once again the cruel goddess of the sea. The god of heaven then was wroth, and raised a foreign nation. He brought them up from Egypt to impart his indignation. The strangers won the war, expelling them from their frontiers, and dwelt within their villages for many 100 years. But that was later. For the moment, Joppa was at rest, and Perseus knew bliss that year, the 7th of his quest. Thank you. The next chapter is chapter 13, Perseus returns to Seriphos. But I think that'll be it for this evening, and perhaps I'll present that one at the next event at this venue. So come again next Tuesday for more. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir. There we go. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Benato. Next up